towel. This is a beach towel. It's kind of thick though, so we'll figure it out. But this is a little thick. It's gonna be a little harder on my grip, no big deal. All right, so, oh, we got 4 people on Facebook now. Hey, and 3 people on Instagram. All right, so make sure you're foam rolling every day. Hopefully a lot of you guys did the recovery workout yesterday that took me a bit to send. I have too many things here, hold on. All right, so let's go ahead and warm up then, I guess, if everybody is starting to get here. Let's start with some breathing. So let's go lay flat on our back. If you want, your knees can be bent. We're gonna breathe for roughly a minute. Ugh. All right, so hand on the belly, hand on your chest. Let's take about nice 10 breaths in through the nose. Really feel that expansion in the side of your stomach. Feel the expansion of your lower back into the floor. If this is easy for you, you can go ahead and bring your legs up here. And just make sure we're breathing through that belly. Take a couple more breaths. All right, and then from there, let's go into some head nods. So let's stay in that Sphinx position. You can just roll over to your belly. All right, push that floor away. Look up, head up. Look down, head down. Okay, doing our head nods, keep going for 30 seconds. Hey Kathy, are you actually working out with us? Okay, so maintain that belly breathing, press that floor away. Hopefully you feel a nice stretch through your spine, between that shoulder blade, upper back. Keep that lower body nice and relaxed. All right, let's go to the side rotations. Hey, Cheryl. Let's go ahead and look at the bottom of our feet. So eyes look first, head follows. Hopefully everybody has their towel. If not, grab a towel, a rope, a strap, something of that sort. Today's gonna be an interesting workout. We'll say that it's interesting because it requires very little movement, but will probably be one of the harder workouts we've done. All right, so from there, let's go into rolling. So we'll just stay here on the ground. All right, let's go arm lead rolling. So let's go look over that right shoulder, drive that right shoulder backwards, let the lower body relax. Take a couple of breaths here at the end range of motion, lower body's relaxed. Come back. Do the other side, look over the left shoulder, drive that left shoulder backwards, look where that left elbow's going. Relax. And just that one motion on each side, I felt a couple pops and movement, which who knows if that's good or bad. Oh, so tomorrow, guys, I'll send out an email tonight. I don't know what you said, Jenny. But we're gonna try to do a, hey Heidi. Very blurry. I don't know why. Yeah, try Facebook. It looks fine on my end. I don't know what it is. Meant screen blurry, not you. Well, obviously I can't be blurry, but the screen is. So keep going, rolling left and right. But tomorrow I'll send out an email. Or sorry, not tomorrow. Tonight, hopefully, I'll send out an email. I have a Zoom meeting set up with a password and all that kind of stuff. So we'll just have like a Pahana if you guys want to join us. If you don't, no big deal. Just gonna hang out, see familiar faces, catch up, answer any questions you guys might be having, take some suggestions, just shoot the shit, hang out, see how everybody's doing, get some social time. I know a lot of you guys, gym people, have been missing your guys' workouts and the people you work out with. A lot of you have been telling me that, so just to get you guys all into a group. From there, we're gonna go into rocking. So let's go ahead onto our hands and knees, and then we're just gonna rock forward and back. Jenny, you still having trouble? I don't know which platform you're on anymore, if you switched or what. So let me know if you're still having trouble. I don't think it's me. Is anybody else having trouble with the feed being blurry? I know that when we come off of Facebook, that video is super junk quality-wise. Instagram is pretty good. So I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like anything on my side. It could be my Wi-Fi. It could be your Wi-Fi. It's not because we have a ton of traffic. So I'm not really sure. Switch to Facebook. Okay. Rocky, rolling, crawling. Let's go ahead with that dead bug again. So keep that tailbone off the ground. Arms and legs in the air. 1 minute. Moving opposite arm and leg away from each other. Move only as far as you can so that your tailbone stays off the ground, but your lower back stays pressed into the floor. Keep going. Blurry on Instagram, it's pixelated. All right, well, yeah, you guys can just move over to Facebook. I don't know who else is on Instagram. It might, well, because it's the two of you, I wonder if it might be your home internet. I don't know, it could be mine too. So if somebody else that is not in your household says that it's pixelated, then it might be you guys. Maybe your Wi-Fi or internet at home is a little slow and laggy. I don't know. Auntie, it's clear to you on Instagram? I think are you the only other person on Instagram? Insta's good for you, thank you, Carolyn. Yeah, so it might just be the two of you in your household with the Instagram a little slow there. All right, relax, and then we're gonna go into that cross crawl, so let's go into a standing march. We're gonna go standing march, touch opposite arm to leg. We'll just do that for a minute. So while we're doing that, I'll kind of explain to you guys what we're doing today. All right, thank you. You guys are all good. So we're gonna do very little movement. So this is semi-isometric training. Some of these exercises will be isometric. Some of these exercises will be constant tension, but not purely isometric because we are actually gonna move a little bit. But what it is we're gonna do a 30 seconds of 50% of your maximum effort that you could pull into, and I'll explain that when it comes to it for each exercise. And then immediately move into 20 seconds, sorry, keep doing your cross crawls, of 80% tension, and then 10 seconds of like maximum effort, literally try to rip that towel in half, okay? So we're gonna basically ramp up from 50% to 80% to 100% effort, and then rest, okay? And we're gonna do that for each station. So let me go over those exercises real quick. So glute bridge with resistance. If you want to do feet elevated, you can. You're just going to go ahead and bunch up your towel. It is going to be your resistance. You're going to put it against your hips. All right? You're going to pin it to the ground. So press down as hard as you can, like you're trying to fight your hips from even coming up. Push into them as hard as you can not as hard as you can, but push up and basically slow your ascent. So you're gonna go 50% effort, we're gonna hold for 30, and then we're gonna go 20 seconds at 80% effort, and then 100% effort driving hard for 10 seconds. So we probably are only gonna go through literally one rep, but the tension and resistance you're gonna have is gonna be constant. So we're gonna ramp up. So it's not to say that your hips won't move, right? Because as you noticed, I'm here, my hips are slowly getting to the top, okay? But you are resisting that movement. So that is exercise number 1. If you have a rope or a strap or whatever, right, you can use this same thing. Then we're going into side bends or all isometric side bends. So bunch up your towel, grab the end, you're gonna stand on one side, okay? Now this is key, setup is key. Get low so that, not super low, but just so that when you stand up, let your hands slide a little bit. Good, so I'm literally bending a little bit that way. So now I want to drive and try to stand up tall. So when I stand up tall, there's tension and it's like I'm trying to rip that towel out from under me, and you're gonna feel this side turn on, okay? So that's how we're gonna get that isometric tension. So when we stand on it and we load a little low and then we start to stand up tall, and we can let the hand slide until we get to tall, which is where we wanna be. Sorry, my head's getting cut off on Facebook. You're gonna have that constant tension in this thing should be taut and tight, right? And so we're gonna pull like we're trying to side bend like this, right? We're gonna pull at 30 seconds of 50% tension, then 20 seconds at 80% tension, and then ramping up to 10 seconds at literally 100% tension like you're trying to rip that towel in half. We'll rest, we'll go to the other side, and then we're gonna go into split squats. So on the split squats, we're gonna go ahead and put this underneath the front foot and do the exact same thing. So on this one though, because there's so much range of motion you could be at, let's stay where you feel like you're the weakest, but where you have the most control. So I don't want you to stay all the way down here if your knee's gonna collapse inwards, all right? So I want you to make sure your knee can stay over your second and third toe, but then from there, watch, I have a little bit of slack. So when I stand up, arms are straight, push, I can't go any higher than that, right? And this is where I'm gonna do 50% tension for 30 seconds, 20% tension, 20 seconds at 80% tension, and then 10 seconds at 100% tension. So for me, I'm gonna go a little bit lower, so I'm gonna choke up on the towel so I don't come up as high, right? Because my goal for this is where I'm strong and where most people are strong. So if I can push from here, literally an inch off the ground, and push from here, right? Or even push from here and just take pressure off the ground, right? That's gonna be really great for you getting stronger on those weak parts of that movement. So you can stay where you want to. Some of you are gonna wanna do it here because this is the safest pain-free range of motion, just here. Some of you guys want to be from all the way down here and literally just up to about there and hold, right? So try to find that place that you want to do as far as that's concerned. And then we're going to do the other side. And then the seated row, guys, best angle for this. We're just going to put this on our foot, on one foot. You can alternate feet. So all you're going to do is lock your leg out. You're going to sit up nice and tall, chest up, back flat. You're going to pull that towel, and that's why I was saying that this towel is a little nuts because it's fat when I bunch it up. But you're gonna pull as hard as you can like you're doing a row and slowly let your knee bend. Slowly getting in to our row here, and then you can let it out and pull. And it's up to you. You can either stay here and pull and hold at a weak point in your row, whether that's here, and we can ramp that up 30 seconds, 20 seconds, and then 10 seconds. Or you can do about 3 to 5 of those really slow, almost like a negative pull, right? So pull, resist yourself, slowly let your leg out, or slowly let your leg straighten out, right? Like you're trying to fight that out. So you're almost trying to fight yourself the whole time. All right, so it's gonna be a little interesting on this workout because it is pseudo isometrics. It's gonna be constant tension, a lot of tension for a lot of time. So that is gonna be our workout. Any questions there? Does anybody need any regressions, anything like that? The reality is I couldn't figure out a timer for this, so I don't actually have a timer set up, so I don't know that we're gonna use this. I'm gonna use the clock over there, the swim clock, and we'll go based on that. So at some point you may not see me doing it because it's too hard to concentrate and watch a clock thingy, so you guys don't have to go isometric for too long. Does anybody have any questions real quick? All right, so I suggest when we do the single-sided stuff, you work on the weak side first. So with my side bend, I don't even know, just pick a side, honestly, with that one. I think this is probably my weaker side. With my split squat, for sure, though, that's gonna be my left leg forward, my right leg back. We're gonna start there, just so I have more energy when I do that. And we're gonna go through 4 or 5 rounds because it's gonna be hard. I have pens to count for me. So every round, if you don't see me grab one of these pens off to the side and like throw it away somewhere, this is my counting system because as you know, as trainers, we suck at counting. So we're gonna go and see what happens when we get to 4 rounds, and we'll probably do a 5th round though. if you guys are feeling up for it. So, no questions there. All right, guys, get your tunes set up. We're going to keep the tunes off of this side, if you don't mind. So go ahead, get that set up. Any questions so far? Everybody's got their towel. Everybody's got water. I can't tell you how long of a rest we're going to have. I'm probably going to say it's at least going to be 1-to-1. So we'll probably rest for a minute. We might cut that rest short. I'm going to kind of feel it out, to be perfectly honest. I've done some isometric work before. This is the first time I designed like a almost full isometric hold workout, which is kind of going to burn a lot. So I'm not really looking forward to this. But it'll be great. Some of you were asking for weight on our workouts and stuff like that. So here we go. All right, we good? All right, so exercise number 1 is that glute bridge. Let's go flat on our back and get set up in 15 seconds. We're gonna go. That way it'll start perfectly with my timer. You can use weights if you want to, Cheryl, but it's just gonna be about 8. Just move super slow. I think you should try the isometrics and bridge, so 30 seconds fighting at 50% of your maximum effort. I want you to be bridging, grabbing the ground with your feet, pressing at 50% of your max effort. Just resist yourself coming up. It's a pretty long hold to have constant tension. Drive, you should feel your butt cheeks, tuck your tail, make sure that rib cage is down. You can tell I can still talk because it is only 50% effort. In 5 seconds, ramp up to that 80% effort for 20 seconds. So ready, go, ramp up. You're gonna go a little bit harder, 80%. You can tell in my voice, I'm holding my breath a little bit more. Still try to breathe with braced abs for 20 seconds. And then in 10 seconds, we're gonna ramp up into 100% resisted effort, pressing down into the hips as hard as we can. And ready, and 2, 1, press hard, hard. All the tension you can possibly create. We're going 10-second hold, 10-second hold, press, press, press. All that tension you create, and relax. So I literally did 1 rep with 100%, ramping up to 100% tension, all right? So we're gonna rest for maybe 45 seconds this round. Maybe we'll extend it as we go a little deeper. So we're gonna go into that side bend. Remember, we're gonna stand onto that towel to one side. Your forearms and your triceps are gonna get tight. So make sure we roll those. All right. So I'm gonna set this up. Remember, step on one side, start with a slight bend, and then as you stand up, let that towel go a little bit, right? Until you get tall and you have some tension there, right? So we'll go in 5 seconds. Go, so 50% effort, pull, 50%, chest up tall. Don't let this shoulder shrug like you're trying to side bend that way to the non-towel side. Should be on. You can tell I can still talk without too much effort. It's not terrible. 5 seconds, we're gonna ramp up to 80%. You're gonna notice I'm gonna hold my breath a little bit more. And go, 80%, pull, lean, try to rip that towel out from underneath your foot. With that foot, press down even harder, get tall, get tall, get tall. Side bend, 10 more seconds. We're gonna go to 100% max effort. I gotta wind this up a little tighter, my grip's going, there we go, that feels better. And 2, 1, max effort, rip that towel, lean to the right, lean to the right, lean to the right, hard. 5 seconds, rip that towel out from underneath you. And relax. So I'm gonna set this up for the other side. So that is kind of an issue with this, it's just a little bit of grip issue. If you do have a strap like this, which I don't think a lot of you guys have, you can do something like this where anything that's non-stretch, right? So I'm gonna pin this down. I have a little bit of a handhold there and I can do that, right? So that's always a possibility too, and I resist that way. All right, so just some tips in case you have a rope. You can get a thinner towel. You just needed a longer one. You couldn't use like a hand towel or anything like that, okay? So we're gonna go in 5 seconds. Set yourself up, stand up nice and tall. Let that towel come out just a little bit if you need to, and go, fight. 50% effort, stand up tall, chest open. You should feel your abs turned on.
You should feel a brace. Get tall if you need to. Reset, grab lower, slowly slide up until you're tall. So you still have tension in the towel. I'm gonna bring my hand down just a little bit. Go. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go 80% effort, try to side bend over to that side. Again, it's isometric, right? We're not actually moving, but act as if you want to, okay? And 80%, 20 seconds at 80%. Really pull and lean. Push into that towel with the hip. 10 seconds. And switch 100%. Max effort. Bend, rip that towel, pull hard and rip, abs tight, tuck your tail, relax. Shake your hands out. We're gonna go into that split squat. No questions yet? Is everybody getting the hang of the isometrics? I'm already sweating and we're 2 exercises in, 3 exercises in. So you can create a lot of tension without any weights just using isometrics. Or some kind of resistance, because again, repetitions with weight is just a measure of time under tension. How long are your muscles turned on? So that's all we're doing. Instead of doing 15 reps at 1 second, it's 15 seconds of 1 rep, basically, right? That's all it's really coming down to. It's pretty much the same thing. At least it's almost the same response, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna go into that split squat. I'm gonna start on my non-dominant side. So for me, that right leg's gonna be forward. I'm gonna get down on the ground. I'm gonna choke up on it so I can stay in that lower tension right here. It may look like I'm not leaving the ground, and I'm probably not. I'm just gonna try to create tension as if I'm trying to just be lighter on the floor, right? Just try to take some weight off the floor. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, go. So 50%, chest up tall, driving through that front heel, dig that back toe in, press, chest up, stack your joints, make sure you're in alignment. My front quad is just gonna basically be burning. I don't know that my back hip's gonna do a ton. Ramp up, 20 seconds, 80%. Start coming up a little bit because there we go, getting harder to hold, and my hands are slipping, and that's fine. It just means I'm going to end up going through 1 rep. Oh, that burns, like a full range of motion rep. And then ramp up, 100% effort, try to sit up tall. My hands are slipping, so I'm slowly getting to the end of my range, but I'm still have a lot of tension on that front quad. And relax. All right, switch legs. So grip is slightly an issue here. No big deal. At some point, you may want to switch out, do isometrics on 1 or 2 of the exercises in your workout, and the other 4, 3, or whatever exercises, use some weights, use body weight so your hands get a little bit of a rest. Right now, we're just trying to put out ideas to you guys, what kind of home workouts you could do. We got 20 seconds. I'm already breathing hard. These lunges I knew were gonna be rough. So I'm gonna go ahead and face this way again so I can see the clock. I'm gonna change to use this strap. Give my forearms a little bit of a rest. 10 seconds. Go. 80% effort. Really pay attention to your alignment. Make sure that front knee is in line with that second and third toe. 50% effort. Tuck that tail. Chest up tall. So I can feel when my knee collapses in, I can feel more tension on the inside of my knee. And I can just guide it out because I'm not actually moving, right? So it's a lot easier. And then ramp up. Go, 20-second ramp. 80% effort. Try to rip that floor out. Rip that towel out. Your quad and hamstring should be burning. Mine is. This might actually be close to my 100. I might give out. 5 seconds. And go, max effort. All right, I gave out. Keep going. Crap. And relax. And then we're gonna go to that seated row. Any questions so far? Hopefully you guys are feeling a burn. Any questions? Anybody need help figuring out their isometrics? Pseudo isometrics? It's tiring. Anybody else not is anybody not tired from that? That was one round. Everybody's quiet. What's going on? Hey, Robin. Everybody's so quiet. All right, 10 seconds. We're going to those iso rows, right? So we're here. Go. Pull. And you can slowly let your leg in if you want to, right? I'll turn sideways. Move my hands up. Or you can just do that iso hold for 30 seconds. So I just pull, resist, resist, resist. I feel my lats burning. So if you are iso holding, you're gonna ramp up 80% effort for 20 seconds. Five seconds, you're gonna ramp up to 100% effort. Go, ramp, 100% max effort, resist, fight, fight. 3, 2, 1, relax. One round, down. Pretty sure we're doing 4. This is a little rough. Tired, Carolyn? Are you doing this workout? How's your knee? Knee's good? No issues there? Remember, guys, pain-free range of motion. Hips good, no issues, guys. Nobody's talking. Are you all tired? Your forearms too tired to type? We're gonna go back to that glute bridge. If you want to just do body weight glute bridges, you can go into a feet elevated glute bridge. You can just go that iso hold, just depending on how hard you need to make it. This is a way to add some resistance. Some of you guys were asking about adding weights, adding resistance. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. But good to hear, Carolyn. So I'll show you the alternative. Those of you can go into your iso holds against the hips. I'll show you an alternative. Go. So you can be here, right, and just rep out and really press, dig in. Even at this top point, just try to fight, even if you didn't have a towel. Just try to fight, push, and squish that block, squish that chair in hard. We're at a 50% effort. 10 more seconds. 5 seconds. Ramp up. 20 seconds, 80% effort. Really drive, squish, 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 squish. Dig your feet in hard. Push that floor away from you. Get a little higher, just even a millimeter higher if you can. Really fight, fight, fight. 10 more seconds, we'll ramp up to 100% effort. 5, 4, 3, 2, max effort. Drive as hard as you can without hurting your lower back. Tighten those hips, press, pain-free range of motion, guys, and relax. Whew. Oh, that wasn't open. Good to see you too, Carolyn. All right, where are we at? Side bends. Oh, we're losing people on Facebook. What's going on, guys? All right, no questions, huh, guys? It's isometric, you guys got it down. I was worried a little bit. This is gonna be a little harder to coach. Glad to see nobody has giant questions. Ten seconds, guys. Ooh, my hamstrings are burning now. Oh, sorry. And get ready. Go. 50%. 30 seconds. Fight. If you have to wrap that towel around your wrist, give yourself a little bit less of a grip challenge, you could do that. Should be tight. Right? I'm gonna give myself a little bit extra room so I can wrap my wrist. Ramp up. 80% for 20 seconds. Pull. See, I wrapped it up a little bit extra. I have still some room here. Just giving my grip a little bit of a rest on this because there's certain exercises you just can't rest. Ramp up. 10 seconds, max effort, go. Rip that towel in half. Fight it. Rip it. Pull it out from underneath your foot. Side bend. Relax. We're gonna go the other way. Whew. Nobody's got questions. This is interesting. I really did expect more questions from people on this workout. Make sure you guys shake out your muscles. You're gonna build up a lot of lactic acid because of that burn, that isometric tension. My hamstrings just from the glute bridge, even without the resistance, is lighting up and still feeling it. So we got about 25 seconds, guys. We're gonna go into that lateral side bend on the other side. No questions, huh, guys? Hey, we got 10 on Facebook. 15 seconds, guys. Oh, it hurts the hammies to bend over. Your hands are getting sore, yeah. I know, that's why I'm saying wrap. Try to find a way. Wrap it if you can, right? So we take a little bit less out of the forearms. Oh, sorry, we're going. My fault. 50% tension. Okay, so if you notice, Cheryl, I'm gonna wrap my wrist so that my wrist isn't, see that? Right, kind of like what we do with those lifting straps. Now my wrist isn't holding it as much. But that's what I'm gonna say. I wanna show you guys, I know this is what's happening. So we're gonna go over some wrist release stuff when we're done. So I know we're overtraining the wrist, but again, just a nice way to add some resistance. Ramp up, 80%. Nice way to add some resistance without any actual weights. Fight. That towel should be getting tighter on the wrist as we pull at 80% effort. Fight. Up. 100%. 10 seconds. Here we go. Fight. Rip that towel. Tight abs. Tuck your tail. Make sure there's no pain in your lower back. Relax. We're going into lunges. So if you want to, even Cheryl, on the lunges, right? I'll show you a variation. We're not going to use the towels at all, and it's still going to burn. We can go here and just press up and hover. So we're going to hover like a ½ inch off the ground. Dig your foot into the ground, but also dig them away from each other. Try to create as much tension in the muscles as possible. And you can even, if you want to, press out and squeeze your armpits down and just what we call irradiation and cause tension everywhere else in the body. I'm going to try to show you, and you're just going to have to, like, self-awareness, try not to squeeze and tense up the forearms, because like you were just mentioning, I do want to give you a rest in the forearm, so I'll show you how to do that without this, right? So I'm going to push my foot forward, I'm going to push my back foot back, I'm going to try to rip the floor away this way while I'm pressing down without actually moving up. 5 seconds, guys. It's basically going to be like a 30-second hover, right? Or a minute hover. And up, so try to get weightless on the ground, right? I'm not actually leaving the ground right now. I'm just creating tension that way and this way a little bit. So if I had a scale under my back knee, there would be less weight on that scale right now. And this you could even do like this and fight it for reps, right? See how slow I'm moving on these reps, and ramp up 80% for 20 seconds. So I could do this, right, and just ramp up that tension. I'm pressing forward and back with both feet, and I'm slowly moving through this. This quad's burning. I don't need that towel, giving my forearms a rest. 5 seconds, ramp up to 100% effort. And go, max effort, press, max effort, squeeze everything, create tension, tension, tension. Footprints in the ground. 3, 2, relax. Switch to the other side. Sorry, I did the wrong leg, but sorry, I was also taking a break because my back foot right here was having some issues. It felt like some nerve threading on the ground. So, does that make sense, Cheryl? Does that kind of help a little bit? It may not be exactly the same, don't get me wrong. It's way different when you're fighting an immovable object than when you have to create that tension purely on your own, but your body could move and you're telling it not to. But again, pick and choose where you want to give your forearms a break. Which one do you get the most benefit out of that isometric pull with the towel? So just do what you can with what you can. Like that better than towel, cool. It's just about creating that tension, right? Find a way to create that tension. You can sit there and just think, like when you got, 5 seconds. Ready? Dig in, go, 50% effort, push off, right? Like you can dig in kind of like, you know, if you gotta go to the bathroom, you're trying to squeeze and hold it in, right? This is essentially what you're doing, is an isometric hold, right? So it's that same principle where if you can think, squeeze hard and contract, that's pretty similar. So if you could squeeze and contract, my arm is shaking right now as I extend out this way. That's still training my bicep. Ramp up in 3, 2, 1. Ramp up 80%. You see I'm getting to the top. So I'm just gonna fight my way down. Fight my way up. Hold that back leg. Keep going, guys, if you can. 10 seconds, I'm gonna shake it out. I'm gonna get right back to it. 5 seconds, 100% max effort. Dig in, feet go this way, feet go up to max effort, max effort, max effort, squeeze, 2, 1, relax. Did everybody leave Instagram? What was going on there on Instagram, folks? All right, then we got seated rows. Everybody doing all right? So sorry, in case I didn't finish my thought. Zoom hangout tomorrow. Right after this, I'll probably send out the email. 5:30. And it'll be for 40 minutes at the longest because Zoom will cut me off. So Cheryl, we may talk, if people like it tomorrow and like they want to hang out longer, we may talk about like needing to use yours. And go. So I'm gonna go straight, no movement, chest up pull, 80% effort. Pull, tension, squeeze. Unfortunately, Cheryl, this one you cannot really do. You could technically, but not really do any kind of pull without using your hands. So this one you have to substitute. So maybe you just do the lunges without, so your forearms aren't gassed. By the time you hit here and ramp up, 80% effort. Try to rip that towel. Your body should start to shake. You should feel yourself holding your breath a little bit. Try to fight that. Breathe through it. It's gonna be shallow breaths, but breathe through it. In 5 seconds, make sure we check that posture, right? Posture sitting up nice and tall. And ramp up 100% effort. You notice from my breath, pretty much holding my breath, bracing, creating max tension through my body. 3, 2, 1, relax. Set number 2, done. You know what? I'm gonna throw this out too. We're not doing 5. Oh, Instagram's blurry? That's fine. The Facebook's fluctuating though. We were at like 10 at one point. I don't know where everybody's going. Coming back, gone. Maybe the internet's just junk on the island right now anyway. Could be that. I heard somebody on the Big Island say their internet's been pretty shoddy for like a week on the Big Island. 15 seconds, guys. We're gonna go back to those glute bridges. So again, if you're like Cheryl and me, forearms are giving out. We're gonna go without the towel. Totally fine. If you need to go on the ground, you can. You want to go feet elevated, make it a little bit harder. You can in 3, 2, 1. 50% effort at that top end range. If you're not using the towel, 50% effort. Really focus on grabbing the ground with your feet, prying those knees open. You're going to feel your butt squeeze, right? So we're not trying to let the knees come out, but you do want to create tension on the outside of your legs, like you have a rubber band around them, trying to rip them apart. You can go hands up here and really squeeze, pinch your armpits in place so we get that lat engagement too, without using your forearms. See, my arms are relaxed, except I'm squeezing my armpits. Ramp up, 80%, 20 seconds. Clench that butt cheek like you got a $100 bill in it. Somebody's trying to steal it from you. Don't let them. Squeeze and press without using that lower back. 80% tension, guys. Tuck that tail if you're feeling it in that lower back. Pull that rib cage in. 10 seconds, max effort. Drive hard. Footprints, guys. I want to see the ground underneath you crack. Push that floor away. 2, 1, relax. Some people, it's hard to push max effort. I can't, on certain exercises, push max effort. Part of it's because I'm trying to talk. Part of it is just the burn. It is a minute hold. It's a long time. Any questions so far, guys? I'm gonna run off camera real quick, grab some water. You got 30 seconds. We're going into side bends. Five seconds, guys. Side bends. Wrap that wrist if you need to, Cheryl. Right? So go around the wrist like that, and then step on it. Go. And if it ends up too short, you could even go from your knees, right? And go here and fight. That's still that same side bend, right? So I'm still fighting that way. Take a joint out. Try to relax that wrist as much as you can. Trying to find a comfortable position. Ramp up. 80%, 20 seconds. And max effort, go. Lean, fight. 5, 3, 2, and relax. We'll go the other side. How we doing, guys? We're doing good, no issues. Switch to the other side. See, we're barely even moving. Breaking a sweat without even moving. All right, guys. Got about 20 seconds. My hamstrings are shot. 10 seconds, guys. We're gonna side bend the other way. So wrap that wrist if you need to. Give yourself that extra support. Go, 50% effort. Five seconds. We're gonna go 80% effort. Today's Thursday, huh? Go. 80. Try to rip that towel apart. Fight. 10 seconds. Gonna regrip for me. 10 seconds. Go. Max effort. So Charlotte, what I did is I wrapped it around my wrist and then I held this like really small part so it just locks on my wrist. That helped. That seemed to help. Just move it around, play with it, see what feels good. What are we on next? Split squats. Guys, we got 2 more pens. Sheesh. "30 seconds. Make sure you're getting water. I know this doesn't feel like a lot of movement, but your muscles will be sore tomorrow." "15 seconds. Was that supposed to be for your lats? It will be a little bit, but it's more the obliques, right? Because you're trying to side bend and you're fighting. So it's almost like, and go on the lunges, guys. So it's kind of like, because you're fighting this side bend motion, right? So if I'm here and somebody's anchoring me down, let's say I'm trying to like rip the floor up this way, right? And I can't move, so this should get really tight, trying to pull me this way. But because your core is tied to your lats tied to your core, yes, you will feel your lats because it is screwing down and gripping hard. 5 seconds, guys. You're gonna go ahead and ramp up. 2, 1, go. 80% effort on that split squat. Keep going, guys. 10 seconds. I'm gonna switch and go and do my strong leg, so I do my weak leg longer since I missed this. 5 seconds. Tension, guys. Drive. 2, 1. Max effort. Go. Press. Relax. Switch legs. I didn't do the full round there, so I'm gonna switch and go to my weak side just so I don't have to do my strong side more. I don't want to give my strong side more dominance. Does that make sense, Cheryl? But it's not to say that like you will never feel your lats on that, right? Because even on a farmer's carry, a single arm farmer's carry or a rack walk, right? That lat that's holding the weight lat should be turned on because that is going to tie into that oblique sling and all that kind of stuff. So it's not wrong to feel that lat at all. 20 seconds, guys. Now we're going to switch sides. Man, I took a really long time explaining things. We're way over on time. We might have to cut this. Not because I'm being lazy, partly because I'm being lazy. But part of it because, man, it's 7:05 right now. And go. Tension. Drive 50%. Guys, those of you who are still here, comment if you're going to stick around or if you guys feel done. Because we do have this and the pull, and we're at 7:05 right now. I don't know if y'all got to go. I think I took a long time to explain. Because to be fair, it was a little complicated explanation because it is isometrics. 50% wrapping up in 3, 2, 1. Go to 80% tension. Really fight the ground forward and back, as well as up and down. Keep that knee in alignment. All right, shake my leg out. Keep going if you can, guys. 10 seconds. And go, 100% effort, fight, rip that floor apart, create as much tension in your body as you can, relax. One more exercise, guys. That wasn't working for me very well. What, the side bend? Where are we at, guys? All right, guys, we got one more exercise. How much time do we have on this thing? Oh, 50 minutes. All right, guys, we're going to finish this, and then we'll be done. 3 sets is good. We didn't have to do 4. That was kind of a debate anyway. I don't want to take up too much streaming time and all that. Yeah, Heidi, you're done after this? Yeah. Again, I haven't done a ton of isometric training, so I wasn't sure. So I just planned for 4 or 5, but obviously we're at 50 minutes on the thing too. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people are smoked anyway, as they should be even from one isometric. And go. 50% effort. Cool thing is on Facebook, I can just edit it. I'll just edit it down to 3 rounds. I didn't even see how many rounds we were doing. 5 seconds, we're gonna ramp up to 80% effort. Go, 80% effort. Fight and pull is your last exercise. Pull like your life depends on it. Come on, 10 seconds, and we're going to a 100% max effort in 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hard as you can pull, chest out, back flat, keep that back safe. Pull as hard as you can safely. 3, 2, 1, relax. And that is it. Heidi, are you done just because of time, or like do you feel pretty spent too? How'd everybody like this workout? Just out of curiosity. If we do this again, we'll probably obviously like not do every single one isometric, right? So get a lacrosse ball. I don't want to take up too much more time. Inside forearm right there. It's gonna be kind of tight. So make sure if you got a massage gun, do that. Right there, medial elbow. For most of you guys, right there, medial elbow. Spent, yeah, good. I'm glad. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we don't have to do a set number of rounds, right? I'm glad you feel spent, because obviously, like, we haven't done isometrics very much, if ever at all, in the gym, except for those stick anti-rotation presses stuff, or static presses, I should call them. So I was a little unsure of how many sets we would need to be, knowing that a minute of tension is a really long time anyway. So that's good. Let's go a little bit on the outside part of your elbow, right? And just get that forearm all in there. Relax the wrist. But it's more this inside part of your forearm. So whether you want to take a lacrosse ball to it, massage gun, some of you guys got a massage gun, make sure to do that on both sides. Guys, your quads are gonna be shot too, right? So quads, inside medial, if you were feeling that at all. But my hamstrings really felt it because of the glute bridges, and your hamstrings will really feel it with the isometrics on the split squat. So that's an interesting thing about isometrics for the split squats. Any questions, guys? How we doing? So I'm just showing you guys the major points. Some of you, traps, right? That's always tight anyway. But some of you, because of the tension and cheating, because your core is getting tired, you might have been shrugging that shoulder up, right? So really foam roll and release those traps too. So I'll show you from the side back, right? We're going here, and then a little bit down behind the shoulder blade. That whole upper trap, I don't want it to get tight. It's probably already tight on people. Okay, so take a lacrosse ball, lean against the wall if you need to. If you have a spouse, significant other, make them massage you. My triceps right here, I'm feeling right now as I reach over my head this way. Right, because that's part of what happened in the isometric, so we can roll under there. And that means we're also going to do the lats a little bit right there. So the lats don't get tight, Cheryl, especially for you. You said like that's where you're feeling it on the pulls. So that's totally fine. Let's go ahead and foam roll those lats on a foam roller. Okay. All right, guys, we're at 55 minutes. This is the longest I've ever done on a live. We'll cut it there. Those are the major points I would foam roll based off of this workout. Thank you guys for joining us. If you liked it, leave us comments, feedback, share it with people. I'm glad some of you felt spent from this. I was really hoping this would be relatively easy to teach, not in person. So just a different variation of how you can strength train without any actual weights. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed that. You're welcome, Jensen. See you guys Saturday, metabolic. I'll have a program or we'll redo. I'm running out of ideas anyway, that's why. So we might have to start redoing things or mixing it with exercises we already used. But anyway, thank you guys for being here, and oh yeah, and see you guys tomorrow on Zoom. I will send that email out. And if you don't get the email from me, then go ahead and text me and I can send you that link. Because I'm trying to update our database. 5:30, Zoom, hangout with your favorite beverage, food, whatever you want, anything like that, all right?